And good afternoon. It's still December 16th, still Thursday. It's about 12:50, and I'm getting ready to head back over to North Cape May from Cape May. And I mentioned on the video that I just made that my wife and I are coming back over tonight for dinner here. And this is where we're going to have dinner tonight at Sapori Italiano with my father-in-law and a friend of his. So I thought I would start the video from here. So, little comment about dining right now down in Cape May. It is almost impossible to find a reservation for a Friday or Saturday in December. Almost every restaurant that I've called are completely booked on Fridays and Saturdays for the rest of the year. And then many of them are closed in January, and a lot of them close in January and open up around Valentine's Day, and then close again and open up towards the end of March. And as I mentioned on the previous video, my wife and I, we dine out pretty frequently. But as I said, we try to be mindful of the COVID situation. So typically, when we go out to dinner now, we will make reservations that are very early. And by very early, I mean our dinner reservations for tonight are at 4:30. Now that is a lot earlier than we used to dine, that we used to eat. We would typically, before COVID, we would make reservations for 6:30 or 7 o'clock. But when we go to this place tonight, Sapori, at 4:30, because we dine there pretty frequently, I would say it's about a 95% probability or more that we will be the only patrons in the restaurant at that time. So it's really more than social distancing at that time. I mean, there's no patrons at all when we typically dine at that time. And I think my father-in-law needs to be, or we need to be, even more cautious for him than for us. He has advanced COPD, and he's 86 years old. So we really want to make sure that if we go out to dinner with him, that we don't put him in a situation where he's at risk. at least to the extent that we can help it and mitigate that risk. So when my wife and I go back up to Pennsylvania from this trip, which will probably be Monday, I don't think we will be back down here until after Christmas, and maybe not until after New Year. I mentioned on the previous video how I am unable to capture nighttime views of Cape May on this GoPro. It's way too dark, and it doesn't really it doesn't show much. But the same applies to North Cape May, and I mentioned last year, and it's the same this year. For the size of its community, North Cape May does a very, well, it's not the city that does it, but the residents, I think, do a very nice job of decorating their homes. Place on the left is a place that my wife and I go to. In fact, we went there last night, Red Brick Ale House right here for dinner. And it was very nice. They had Santa and Mrs. Claus in there for the kids. And they had a woman singing Christmas carols. And I don't know her name because I'm not really into that kind of stuff, but she was one of the finalists on American Idol and America's Got Talent. Driving down Town Bank Road at the moment, and this will end at the Delaware Bay, and I'm going to come back across the Delaware Bay. I come back across Beach Drive, I guess, and I come across the bay to drive across Beach Drive to show the bay. Actually, I think what I will do is end this ride down at Douglas Park, because I want to show the road that goes down Douglas Park to see if people have put any Christmas decorations up on the trees. I mentioned that in the past, and I mentioned that it was something that I had intentions of doing, and my wife actually bought me a couple of boxes of Christmas balls to hang on the tree at yard sales over the course of the summer. But it just seems that we've been so busy this year, and I'm not sure why that is, but I haven't had time to get down there to do it. So. And I haven't driven down there, so I don't even know if anybody's done it this year. Never gets old to me looking at the bay. Now, along this road to the right is where people, in the past anyway, have come down and decorated some of these trees. It's not something that the township does, it's just individual residents to make it look a little nicer. But I don't see any yet. There's one. That tree had them. That tree has some. There's some. That tree, that little tree. So you can see most of these trees have some Christmas decorations in them. Those trees have them. So that's what I was talking about on previous videos. There's trees back there, have some even coming up, you can see. don't know how visible they will be on the video, but a lot of the trees are decorated. So I know I've mentioned that many times in the past, and I've always had an intention to go down there myself and pick a tree and put some Christmas balls on it, but for one reason or another never got around to it, and I doubt that I will. Okay, so that's it for me here at Douglas Park and at the canal where the ferry departs. I'll be signing off, and again wishing everybody happy holidays. Thank you for watching, and hope everyone has a safe and prosperous New Year. So if this is, just in case, this is my last video of the year. So thanks for watching, and take care.